Hello everyone, it's your boy Zeref here, and today we're going to be talking about Madotsuki from Yume Nikki. Madotsuki isn't the first person you consider in a battle of the strongest characters in fiction, but in today's video, I'll be discussing why Madotsuki is one of the strongest characters in gaming history. Kinda. To preface this, I like to set the stage for this power scaling. For those who aren't familiar with Yume Nikki, it's a game made by an anonymous developer. It happens to be the inspiration for games like Undertale and Omori. Anyways, since there is no official explanation for the game, and its story is mainly comprised of generally accepted theories, I will be scaling Madotsuki under the assumption that her dream worlds are an alternate reality rather than just her imagination. This not only makes this a viable topic, but is also technically canon since there is no official story or explanation for the game's events. Now, with that intro out of the way, let's begin the scaling. Madotsuki has access to many abilities, but I'll only discuss the ones that are relevant to her scaling and overall power. With Madotsuki's midget effect, she can shapeshift, duplicate herself, and self-destruct at will. With her umbrella effect, she summons and manipulates water in the form of rain. She can become elastic with her Boyo Boyo effect, manipulate light on a celestial level with her neon effect, become invisible, regenerate, exist as only a severed head, teleport, and many more things. Having a vast array of powers is just the beginning, however, as once we calculate some of her feats, it's obvious that she's one of the most powerful characters in gaming, comic, manga history. Madotsuki's dream world is made of multiple subworlds contained in doors and objects throughout her dream multiverse. A lot of these worlds can be seen having cosmology to them, including stars, moons, and other celestial bodies. This will be important later, so remember this. Some of these dream worlds are also described as infinite, such as the infinite wilderness or infinite road. The reason why I bring up these things like the worlds having stars or being infinite is because Madotsuki herself is the one who can create, destroy, as well as manipulate these worlds using her effects. Whenever Madotsuki returns to the standard world, everything in her dream world ceases to exist at once. This means Madotsuki will have the range and destructive capacity on a universal scale, arguably higher depending on how you calculate. Yes, this would be confined to her dream worlds, but humor me for this video and pretend that these are her latent powers as part of some grand plot twist theory. This would make Madotsuki capable of erasing stars, moons, and separate dimensions using only a thought. Even without using this advanced leap in logic, Madotsuki with her neon effect can easily illuminate the entire surface of the moon. She can also create and disperse storms on a planetary scale in the new Yume Nikki game. This means, at a low ball, Madotsuki is planetary in range and power due to her ability shaping the very world she existed at the time, or universal plus whenever she wakes up or begins to enter the dream world, since it requires her to create or destroy it. Okay, that's great and all, but how fast is she? Wouldn't she just get speed blitzed in most cases even if these powers weren't confined to her dreams? Well, luckily for us, I was able to find a calc that places Madotsuki at a high ball of 2 times faster than light. Now, I will try my best to explain this in the most normie, non-nerd way. In Yume Nikki, Madotsuki has access to an effect called the stoplight, which alters entities' movements, behavior, and other features by freezing time. An entity known as Steve Leaf Correa can react faster than the stoplight effect can manipulate it. This is important because in Yume Nikki, using the game's frame rate of 30 FPS, an instant will be 1/30th of a second. Using some math I won't go too deep into, this would put Leaf, who is weaker than Madotsuki, at hypersonic plus. Now, if you'd apply the fact that the stoplight uses light with some pixel scaling, this would land Madotsuki at 2 times faster than light. This is a lot of backwards logic, but that's the fun of this video. This little girl is 2 times faster than light since she scales above the reaction time of this unimportant entity. So far, I've only been talking about the first game iteration of Madotsuki, where she is merely universal. However, in order to understand why I consider her to be one of the strongest female characters in gaming, we have to look into the Dream Diary iteration that released on Steam. Continuing the theme of assuming Madotsuki's dream world is some form of alternate reality she controls, in this game, she gains some notable feats to speak of. One of my personal favorites is her ability to manipulate death. With the Mask of Fear, anyone who tries to kill Madotsuki or harm her while she has it on dies themselves. This ability is insane because anyone who is unaware of it or doesn't have resistance to death manipulation would immediately die regardless to strength, durability, or any other factors. We also get to see more universal to low multiversal scaling since her dream world is shown to be similar in that of size of our world with cosmology, weather patterns, and all. This is interesting because Madotsuki is able to defeat the shadow monster, which was destroying her dream worlds by merely existing and passing through them. Turning to our final Madotsuki iterations, we can look at the novel and manga that give us some more broken abilities from Mado. In the manga, she gains reality warping, as evidenced by her rampage merging and warping the multiple dream versions together. In the novel, Madotsuki gains the ability to affect causality, with certain effects, gains a force field, mind control, memory manipulation, lightning manipulation, and many other things we've already discussed. Madotsuki's arsenal is absolutely broken and insane. At this point, we placed her at a bare minimum of universal with low multiversal possible with composite feats. She has a vast arsenal that makes her effectively immortal, as her true form exists outside her dream reality, and even if someone attempts to harm her, they themselves will die as a result. Even with normal human AP, speed, and defense as a low ball, her effects being able to stop time, insta-kill, and become intangible solidifies her as a terrifying foe. All in all, if Madotsuki were let loose in your favorite verse with all control and the effects she has, it's safe to say she'd tear it apart on a rampage until someone above multiversal stops her.